And a 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey Sam.
Hey Andrew.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's a sunny, beautiful day, and we're covering the Beach Boys movie. I mean, this is a great way to be.
I mean, I love the Beach Boys. I love the Beach Boys.
Yeah, the Beach Boys are pretty good.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the Beatles more. Have you heard Revolver? It's really good. I just heard Revolver for the first time last week.
You heard Revolver for the first time last week?
The Beatles are
You
really
hadn't heard
good.
that before?
No.
Are you kidding?
Before that, it was all Gambino and Drake and Kendrick and...
Right.
Logic too. Those were my main squeezes. But the Beatles are good, man.
I mean, the Beatles are
really
great.
good.
I mean, I've been listening to them since I was, I
Go
guess,
Phils.
2.
Go Phils, go Birds, and Flyers.
Right.
Philly sports fan over here. Andrew Alexander.
My good friend Andrew.
Yep.
From South Jersey.
Well, how are you, Sam? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I'm just here to do the pod with you. Excited to talk about the Beach Boys. Love the Beach Boys.
Yeah, love the... Oh,
yeah.
I think I'm getting we have a message here from actually your twin.
Oh my gosh.
Your twin,
Anna,
friend of the
what
show,
did they say?
Anna. Let's see here.
Hey y'all, Anna Fenkel here. Hopefully if you guys commit to the bit, then that makes sense. If not, then I'm just going to sound crazy. But yes, I'm Anna Fenkel. I sadly cannot be, even though I'm not in every usual episode of Shelf Warmers, I'm sad that I can't be here this week to cover Love and Mercy with Andrew and Sam.
Yeah.
Miss you, thinking about the Beach Boys and thinking about Paul Dano, thinking about the criticism that was leveled against him by Israel's own Quentin Tarantino. And I just want to say we love Paul Dano, support Paul Dano. Fantastic. And the Fablemans, Prisoners, Little Miss Sunshine. I mean, come on. The big three. The big three of cinema. There Will Be Blood, the big 4. I was kind of joking at first, but honestly, yeah, those
that is the big 4.
That is a big 4, right? The Fablemans.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the Fablemans.
No. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Well, I just want to wish you guys a happy record. I'll be checking out Love and Mercy on the plane. I thought this was directed by Clint Eastwood for some reason.
What?
I was thinking of the Jersey Boys.
Yes.
And yeah, I actually, Sam made a playlist for me.
Did you?
Of songs of the Beach Boys that I have been diving into because, honestly, for a long time I thought they were a joke. I heard the name the Beach Boys and I was like,
Anna,
wow, they can't be any good. And then I found out they are rivals to the Beatles, which to me are probably the GOATs. The greatest of all time, if you didn't know. Yeah, so I've been discovering that the Beach Boys fucking rock, and they are really good at making music. Anyway, hope you have a great pod, y'all. Talk to you later. See you in Mexico. I won't see the audience in Mexico, but
yeah.
But actually, I won't see you guys in Mexico either. But I'm going there. So, bye.
Oh, Anna. Anna's so sweet.
That was my twin Anna. They have definitely seen Prisoners.
Yeah.
They love Prisoners, and I guess they just started listening to the Beach Boys now, which is weird, but
well, let's get into it.
Welcome to Shelf Warmers. I'm Sam.
And I'm Andrew.
This is a podcast where we watch and discuss movies from 2010s, the teens, aka the pump and dump period of Hollywood. Not exactly a golden age, but definitely a time of high fertility for Tinseltown.
So fertile, in fact, that we didn't see many of the movies produced. So if they're good, bad, or just meh, we're gonna cover it all. If it's been sitting on the shelf, well, it's time to take that movie off the shelf now. I'm sick of this. My mustache is falling off.
And it was a pretty bad impersonation. I feel like it was...
I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like Andrew.
I don't know what you were.
I can't wear a Phillies cap for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, I think.
I'm actually Sam. Surprise.
And I'm actually Anna. Surprise. I didn't really have a disguise to take off.
We were in disguise. But yeah, today we're covering Love and Mercy, the 2014 American biographical film directed by Bill Poland, about the Beach Boys co-founder and leader Brian Wilson and his struggles with mental illness during the 60s and 80s. It stars Paul Dano and John Cusack, both as Brian Wilson. Dano as the 60s Wilson, Cusack as the older 80s Wilson. And Elizabeth Banks as his second wife, Melinda. Yeah. And Paul Giamatti is quite memorable as Dr. Eugene Landy. And the film comes from the 1988 Brian Wilson song of the same name.
I just want to say at the top, because you were talking about, two actors playing same guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think you and I could do like I'm the younger version, you're the older version of someone? Because you look beat, bro. You look so beat. And I feel like...
I'm chopped.
You're chopped. And everybody thinks you're like my older brother.
When we go out together, you'll usually get carded. And depending on the amount of facial hair I have, I usually won't get carded.
Yeah.
When in fact, there is only a 6-minute difference.
There's only a 6 minutes. You are older, but it's only 6 minutes.
Maybe so. I guess that's why I don't get carded, because I am technically older.
Yeah, they can tell.
They're like, yeah. They're like, wait. Okay, 6 minutes from now, you can have this drink.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we're actually doing this week's episode because it was just announced yesterday that Elizabeth Banks will be playing Miss Frizzle.
What? I didn't see this.
In the Magic School Bus reboot. So in celebration of that, we will be covering Love and Mercy.
Is it like live action?
Yeah, live action.
I feel like that's like body horror. Like you go inside someone's body and it's like looks super realistic. And
I think Cronenberg might be doing it actually. But yeah, Miss Frizzle. I mean, I can't imagine what are the kid actors that are going to be cast as
oh my god.
I don't even remember some of these people's names.
I just remember what they look like.
Yeah, I remember the faces.
I remember the kid that kind of like looks like us if we were ginger.
Yeah.
With the striped shirt.
Oh, he had a thing he used to say. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have come to school today.
He was lame. He never wanted to do anything cool. He was literally going on magical adventures.
But I guess they were kind of dangerous.
I guess I'd be scared.
I wouldn't be surprised if this Magic School Bus movie is kind of like a post-meta commentary where Miss Frizzle is being sued and the students are kind of canceling Miss Frizzle. Or if the students are older, they graduate from high school, and then they're like, wait, Miss Frizzle was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. And it's like, and there's like a crazy courtroom scene of them like doing like their testimonies and like talking about what happened to them.
Miss
And she's
Frizzle's like
sitting
Colonel
there.
Jessup in A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
The Nicholson part.
You can't handle the truth.
Miss Frizzle, you can't handle the truth.
Oh.
So that's why we're doing Love and Mercy.
Yeah.
That's why.
For Elizabeth Banks. And she's a big part of this movie.
She's kind of the hero.
But her, the woman she plays, Melinda, she was a...
Funny name.
She was a big part of this movie,
Melinda
of making
Bedwetter.
this movie. Melinda Bedwetter.
She was kind of the spokesman for Brian Wilson, even in his later life.
And she was the one who like provided a lot of the details for the stuff in the late 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing some reactions to songs / a video clip at the end of the pod. So stick around for that. Trying out some new stuff now that Andrew's gone. Andrew was very conservative, very buttoned up. We had to do the pod exactly as he said. But now it's loosey goosey. We can do whatever we want. We're cutting a little loose. But yeah, to begin, we will be playing just to warm up here. Because I guess to begin, like, what's your relationship with the Beach Boys and Brian Wilson?
Well, I've loved the Beach Boys. I mean, we've listened to the Beach Boys since we were kids. They were our grandfather, like, it was his favorite band.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was listening to them a lot. And Brian Wilson, I think only recently, kind of like a little bit before this movie, like in the last like year, I think I've really appreciated like the musical genius behind Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
And it's just great. And especially Pet Sounds. Which is, what's fun about this movie.
The 60s stuff is largely framed around the creation of Pet Sounds.
So what about, I mean, I feel as though your relationship with the Beach Boys is quite similar.
Virtually the same.
Yeah. But
definitely the last few years, looking a little deeper into the albums.
Yeah.
Past, Fun, I Get Around.
Yeah.
Songs that are good and peppy and surfy and fun. I think there's literally a line in the movie where...
Wait,
is it Brian Wilson?
Brian Wilson is like, well, Mike Love is like, we got to make like surfer songs, like we got to go back to that. And Brian Wilson is like, well, like surfers don't even like our songs.
Yeah, real
like,
surfers don't even dig our music.
Yeah, real surfers don't even dig our music, and it's like, oh.
He's like, I can't sing about cars and surfing and girls.
And notably, only one of them could surf. Was it Dennis?
Dennis who's by far the coolest of the boys.
Who's probably closest to a surfer dude.
Yeah.
But, we love, and I mean, shout out to Disney Girls, even though we're not really going to listen to that.
Not a Brian Wilson track.
Yeah, not a Brian Wilson track.
But
important
a great song
for us.
The last few months. But yeah, we've selected Surfer Girl from 1967. This is a cappella version of Surfer Girl. And I really think it captures the what makes the Beach Boys so unique, which I think is their harmonies.
Absolutely.
Which, of course, they were influenced by the Four Freshmen from the late 50s, early 60s. But they really kind of took that format and ran with it.
Yeah.
0, 0.
0, 0.
3, 2, 1, click. Ooh, like butter. Like literal butter. And other people might not feel this way, but they're just so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I enjoy listening to this kind of music. Some people might think it's a little lame or slow.
I think you have to be like, I mean, we just like it at all, but I think you have to be in like a good mindset for it. You have to be like open emotionally to it.
The Miss Frizzle thing was kind of a joke. I was also thinking, summer's beginning for real now.
Yeah.
The sun is up. It's peeking through the trees.
Just letting it. You kind of have to let the song wash over you, just like you let the sun.
This was also one of their kind of first ballads, or at least one of their first kind of hits. From 63, I believe.
You were mentioning that, like...
In these a cappella versions, without the instruments, you can hear them in between the harmonies, where the music would kind of overshadow it. Well, I also like this track because it's very romantic and sweet, but it's still rooted in that early Beach Boys surfer aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I say from me to you.
I think what's interesting about this is like, well, I guess when you listen to any of these songs, like everybody in the band is extremely talented.
Yeah.
But Brian Wilson is like a genius.
Yeah, he's
so I
the
think
mind.
sometimes you forget that like they sing these just like beautiful harmonies, and that it probably took them forever to learn that, and they've been doing it since they were kids.
Yeah, and their father, Murray Wilson.
So good.
That's Surfer Girl.
So good.
But Murray Wilson, their father, was very intense. Almost like what we saw last week or 2 weeks, 3, 4, 6, 6 weeks ago. When did Michael come out? Feels like yesterday.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it every day since, so it really feels like
But the Beach Boys, of course, are compromised of the 3 Wilson brothers. So you have Brian Wilson, who, as we said, is kind of the genius behind the band. You've got Carl Wilson, who really has one of the most beautiful voices. God Only Knows, of course. Maybe the greatest song of all time. That has Carl Wilson on lead vocal. And in the movie, this movie does have all like the cliched shit that some people get irritated by with music biopics. And people do point to this and they're like, see, like music biopics can be good. However, I still think it does fall into some of those trappings.
Oh, absolutely.
But we like those trappings.
No, I enjoy them. And especially, I think it also depends on like who the person is.
True.
Like we like Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm buying in. And I mean.
Also bittersweet to watch this year after his passing.
Absolutely.
Which actually made me like the movie even more. Which I guess makes sense. But
yeah, I think that's
it's good that I'm happy this movie exists for fans of the band.
Yeah, definitely. And it definitely, as a fan, it's very appealing. I'm curious as to what this movie is like.
But it has like one of the lines is, Paul Dano, Brian is like writing God Only Knows. And he's like, I have this perfect part for Carl. Like this would be great for Carl's voice. Then you have the youngest Wilson brother, who's Dennis Wilson, who is also depicted in the film as initially when the band is introduced to Pet Sounds, they're all kind of like, this is crazy.
Yeah, they're like, what?
This sounds weird.
This is nothing like we've done before.
Yeah,
like,
where's the surf and the girls?
Yeah,
like
there's not a hit on here.
And Dennis is like smoking a doobie, and he's like, I don't know, guys. I think Brian might be on to something here. He's
depicted as the coolest and the one who kind of gets Brian the most.
Then you have... So that's the Wilson brothers. Then you have their first cousin, who lived down the street, Mike Love, who is depicted in this movie as kind of like a total asshole.
Yeah. And
initially Mike Love was like, yeah, this movie looked like an interesting kind of dissection of Brian's life. And he has since said that it is a bad movie and that it does not depict the relationship between Mike Love and Brian Wilson accurately. He always considered Brian Wilson a friend, and he thinks that Disney should have produced the Brian Wilson biopic.
Whoa, that's his take, is that Disney would have done it better?
Which is interesting because, not to jump on my slate here, but a lot of the movie's aesthetic and vibe, to me, seemed like it was influenced by this Beach Boys doc from the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a very fascinating doc because it's half like sugar-coated fluff and half like legit kind of deep interviews with the band members and Brian, who is, by the way, mid-struggle.
Oh, absolutely.
When that doc comes out. He's being taken advantage of by Eugene Landy, which is kind of the framing of the movie, where you have the 60s stuff with Pet Sounds and then the stuff in the 80s with John Cusack, where Brian Wilson is basically has like a conservatorship, or is that the right word?
He's got
like a Britney Spears type thing.
Yeah.
And he's not in contact with his daughters or his family, and the Paul Giamatti character is kind of just taking advantage of him.
And he's scary. Yeah. He's really scary.
Yeah. But the doc kind of shows Brian in the middle of that struggle, and it's kind of intense to watch.
I mean, he's like they're interviewing him and he's in bed.
Yeah.
And it's like
clip, you guys have probably seen some of that clip of him in the bed.
It's sad because you're kind of like, and then it's like they have that weird. Who's the guy?
It's a very sad movie.
Who's the guy that replaces Brian Wilson?
Bruce Johnston.
Bruce Johnston. They have this hilarious shot of Bruce Johnston like walking up this pathway and describing the way he became like a Beach Boy, and and he kind of like I feel like he kind of like stops and puts his hand, and
it's a really funny doc.
So funny, and it just goes back and forth.
We'll run the Bruce Johnston clip.
Yeah.
So Brian left the road. Initially, Glenn Campbell filled in, and then in April of 1965, I got a call to take his place. I jumped on a plane to New Orleans, squeezed into a pair of Alan Jardine's pants that were 3 sizes too small and 4 inches too short, and 5 hours later, I was on stage singing Surfing USA. And that's how I joined the Beach Boys. It was an incredible beginning. Brian now had the time to experiment with all the musical ideas buzzing around in his brain. As soon as we got off the road, he dragged us into the studio and played these unbelievable tracks he'd been working on for a new album. Brian had taken a giant leap forward. The album, Pet Sounds.
Well, because I watched it yesterday and I was like, this is just too funny.
It really, there's a lot of content surrounding them, and it's funny that Mike Love, who's like a Trumper now and like a total douchebag.
Yeah.
He sees him and Brian Wilson as this Lennon-McCartney thing, which is just not the case. Also, all due respect to the Beach Boys, they are not the Beatles.
Oh,
And
absolutely not.
every time the Beach Boys come up, it's always like, well, you know, Pet Sounds actually inspired Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure, but the Beatles also did, you know, the White Album after Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road after that. Like, they are much more prolific. Credit where credit is due, of course, to Pet Sounds.
Oh, yeah. But
you don't hear the Beatles mentioning the Beach Boys in their doc.
That was always the joke, that even in that trailer for that Beach Boy doc on Disney Plus,
which is 10 times worse than the one from the 80s.
And I didn't watch
that's
it,
Mike
but the
Love.
trailer.
That's Mike Love approved.
Yeah, that's why it's bad. But like, in this movie, they mention the Beatles.
Yeah.
And in this movie, Brian Wilson is like, he's talking about like Rubber Soul. And he's like, that's like a complete album. And so I do like this thing of like, you're bringing up the Beatles, but it's not like, I mean, obviously like they were in conversation, like the Beach Boys had them on their mind, like when they were like big. But I like that, you know, musical genius Brian Wilson is like listening to Rubber Soul and it's like,
they're cooking up something good here.
Like kind of engrossing himself in the world. So
yeah, Love and Mercy, definitely a shelf warmer. I put Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys kind of in this B-list music biopic category.
Yeah.
Just in the way the film was made, it is kind of like this indie movie. It's not, you know, it's not Michael. It's not Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, yeah.
Where those movies are kind of structured or basically around a set list of greatest hits. And there's little scenes that build up
that
to
link them.
Ooh, Thriller. Ooh,
yeah.
Smoke Criminal. Like, I don't actually think they played.
They didn't play Smooth Criminal.
Fuck you, Michael. But this movie it has more of like an artistic intention with it, with the dual castings.
It's also like it very much focuses on these extremely sad periods of his life.
Yeah.
Which inherently make it more like,
less commercial.
Yeah, less commercial.
But it's got incredible. Like the director is more of a producer. He hasn't really done much else. He just felt very passionate about this specific story, which definitely comes across.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it benefits the movie that it was made by someone who loves it.
And I think it's memorable for the kind of fun casting quirk of having Dano play young Wilson, Cusack as older Wilson. But yeah, Landy, the crazy therapist that Brian Wilson got hooked up with, it was like it's a 24-hour therapy program. So like every waking moment, he is controlling Brian Wilson's life.
And you kind of see it in the movie. You see it for the first time when like Melinda and him are going on this like date. And I thought like they're sitting there like at a concert and she like leans over and is like, oh, I like love this song or whatever. Yeah. And Giamatti is like, what'd you say to him? What'd you say?
It's almost
I have to know everything you say. And you're like,
what did you say to him just now? Sorry, what are you saying? I mean, yeah, he comes across as like a cartoon, but from what people have been saying about the film and the depiction of Landy, they say like it was actually worse.
It was worse.
It was more crazy.
Yeah.
And there's certain elements to the film that feel like Hollywood moments that might be like embellished.
Yeah.
But that's when they were learning about Landy and what actually had happened, it felt like a Hollywood script, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that it was that
for
bad.
Brian Wilson.
Yeah. Well,
but there is some nuance here because Brian Wilson, even after this movie comes out, like he talks about Landy and he says like he saved his life. Like
yeah. Well, the movie doesn't really cover like how Landy comes into his life, like where he was when him and Landy hooked up, and then like
it's weird. Like the Beach Boys had gotten him with Brian in like the 70s.
The Beach Boys put them in touch. Okay.
Yeah. But he was charging like insane. He was charging like $28,000 a month.
Jesus.
And that I think was like 118,000 in today's dollars.
Oh my God.
A month. So they kind of let him go. But then later in the 80s, they kind of linked up again. And that's when it really became this codependent thing. But yeah, Elizabeth Banks plays Melinda. Brian's kind of newfound love.
And I think the Landy stuff, like there are things that really like kind of, there were moments where I was like, geez, like when she comes over, this is later, but she comes over, this is after, things happen, but there's like locks on his cabinet. Like he is not allowed to go into his kitchen.
The Cusack stuff is very white and blue and cold and very
sterile.
Yeah, sterile, almost like a hospital.
And it's like, and then, before we really get into it, very beginning of the movie, he is buying a Cadillac. This is how Brian Wilson meets Melinda. She is
I guess the beginning of the film starts with Brian at the piano.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like...
Yeah.
I think a great way to start the film. Where you're just showing him at the piano. Him and the piano. Because he's like classically trained. Like he knows all this old classical music. And that's kind of what he builds the foundations of. But there's also this kind of Beethoven quality to him, or like a Mozart quality, or a Van Gogh. Like something's he's
deaf, like Beethoven.
One ear because his father beat him.
Or no, not Beethoven. Mozart was deaf. Or
Beethoven.
Yeah, I was right.
Or was he blind? Was he blind and deaf? No, that was Helen Keller.
No, I think eventually his vision went too. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Then it kind of opens with a 60s montage. Is it Fun, Fun, Fun? Is that the opening credits? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
And Robert Yeoman shoots this, who did basically all the Wes Anderson films.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it looks good.
Yeah.
It's got that pop.
The color.
They shot all the 60s stuff on Super 16. Really cool.
Yeah, it looks
good. And it kind
of
opens with what you'd expect from a Beach Boys movie. Kind of like that thing you do, like 60s fun.
Well, you got to get the audience in. You can't start.
And they're putting in all the iconography.
Yeah.
Them with the surfboard and the striped shirts. Yeah. And Dano really looks like young Brian Wilson.
Oh, he looks like him.
He walks like him.
He walks like him, talks like him.
He's got a little tummy like him. Yeah. But you kind of get that flashbang of the 60s.
Yeah.
Then you're introduced to Elizabeth Banks.
Then, the first stuff that you see in the late 80s stuff is Elizabeth Banks. He goes in to buy a Cadillac, and he's she doesn't know who he is at first. She doesn't know who he is, and he like sits in the car with her, and she's like, this one's my favorite, sits in the car. And
it's Cusack as Old Wilson at
Cusack as Old Wilson. And Cusack, he locks the doors. And at first it's kind of like, ooh, like, wait. Like he locks the door. He's just talking to her. And then she talks about like, this guy's looking at us. And he's like, that's my bodyguard. And you're like, what?
And there's something endearing about Cusack. Maybe that's my own personal thing with him. Like Say Anything is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I love him in High Fidelity. There's just something kind of sweet about Cusack, and I think he pulls that off really well here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he actually has the harder job compared to Dano.
Oh, definitely. Because it's subtle. It's more subtle.
He's like traumatized and sad. Yeah. And it's kind of like this weird meet cute at the Cadillac dealership.
Yeah. And then he asks her for a pen and a piece of paper. He writes something down. He leaves, and she finds the paper.
We see Giamatti for the first time.
Yeah, we see
get
Giamatti.
some sense of like this weird control.
And he wrote down.
He writes down this note in the car, and it says, "Lonely, scared, frightened." And the music kind of creeps up, and the sound kind of builds, and you're like, "Ooh,
What?
like something kind of funky's going on."
And you're like, and then it
cuts. That's our first kind of cut back. We see Dano in the beginning at the piano, but then the first real flashback to the 60s is the band on a plane, and Brian Wilson's having a panic attack on the plane.
And he freaks out.
Which is kind of classic music biopic stuff.
Yeah. But I will say that this movie, I think because these are such difficult times in Brian Wilson's life, I think the cut back and forth, they do a good job of like, it always builds up and then they cut. And then it builds and then it cuts. And it's, it's classic, back and forth storytelling, but I like it.
Yeah, Andrew was kind of similar to Saving Mr. Banks. This is better because it's kind of more, it's weirdly more controlled than that story was.
Yeah.
But also, I think it kind of exceeds the usual music biopic stuff because Brian Wilson's track was a little bit different. He wasn't like Jim Morrison, like getting strung out. There's not like... Yeah. It's a little different with Brian Wilson because he's so kind of strange and sensitive.
He's so internal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his music is all of his feelings.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, he has the panic attack on the plane, which then kind of causes him to not be able to go on tour with the band anymore. Yeah. And he starts mulling over these ideas for Pet Sounds and ends up in the studio.
Yeah.
But real quick, Dano thought it was important to see the juxtaposition of the two people, because you see Brian in the studio, and those are like the pictures you see of Brian Wilson, and they do a good job of recreating some of the iconic images we have in our minds of the Pet Sounds sessions with him in the glasses, and the animals come in, and the Wrecking Crew is there. The Wrecking Crew, one of the most legendary session musicians. All the 60s stuff with Phil Spector, Sinatra, Dean Martin, everybody. And what?
No, well, I was just thinking like they like list all of those people in the movie. And then
and there's the classic line where one of the guys is like, "There's nobody. There's been nobody like you, Brian. Like you're the best, bro."
Yeah, like he's like smoking a cig in the parking lot outside the studio and just like, we've worked with so many people, but you're and Brian Wilson's like even Phil Spector. Like he like can't believe it.
Phil Spector. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But I think it works for me. The two
absolutely. Well,
acting
I was thinking about it, and I was curious as to, they're only in one scene together, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But I am curious as to, did Cusack and Dano have like conversations together about how to play it?
They did not. They didn't interact at all.
Really,
intentionally so.
Yeah.
But Cusack said something interesting where he was saying, when he was talking to Brian Wilson, he would ask him about his younger self. And Brian would have such a disconnect from Brian Prime, if you will.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a completely different person. And there's a scene in the movie where Sloop John B is playing on this yacht. And Brian's like, can you...
Oh my
Cusack
God.
is like, can you just turn that down, turn it off, please?
And he's like, it's a tribute to you.
Brian, it's a tribute to you. And he's like, it's kind of destroying me right now.
No, he says it like, it destroys my brain. It destroys my brain. And
Sloop John B, which is one of the most iconic Beach Boys tracks.
Yeah. He can't listen to it.
So I think it's more than just this cool kind of artsy flourish. Like it actually has some thought behind it.
Oh, definitely. And in those moments, I guess there's this interesting thing with Elizabeth Banks where it's like, he is very, he like reveals these horribly sad things about himself. And she's
good in those scenes.
She's really good in those scenes. And she always like very much takes it in stride. Mm. And I think, you can kind of feel like the presence of Melinda in this movie, like her being the one that's telling this side of the story. Like it kind of almost being from her point of view.
Yeah, and Mike Love's critique was also the fact that Carl Wilson was also fundamental in quote unquote saving Brian. It's like this weird thing where the Beach Boys are like, Brian's crazy and kind of a lot to deal with. Dr. Landy, you take care of his bullshit. And then they're like, ooh, Landy's actually bad. We need to save Brian.
And then they're like,
Landy.
give us credit for saving Brian.
This
it's
poor
like,
guy, Brian.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill Camp, iconic character actor, plays Murray Wilson, the father.
Oh yeah.
And Paul Giamatti is playing Landy. And they are these kind of dual fraternal figures for Brian.
Yeah.
And there's a great scene when I think it's God Only Knows. That's Brian plays God Only Knows on the piano for Bill Camp as Murray Wilson. And he's like, I don't know, like this is not the Beach Boys. He basically shoots down Pet Sounds and says it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's like,
not only Pet Sounds, but God Only Knows. He's
God
like,
Only Knows.
I don't like this song. And it's
he's like, it's sad.
Yeah.
And Brian's like just so hurt that his father doesn't get it, quote unquote. And then later when he brings the band in, because he does the whole Wrecking Crew stuff with the instruments and everything.
Yeah.
Then he brings in the band, and they're hot off the Japan tour.
Yeah, they come in like this line, and they're like,
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, konnichiwa.
Brian,
They're talking
brother,
about
how you doing,
cousin. Like, cousin. He hands him like a fan he bought in the airport for him. Like, you know.
And they don't quite get the music either.
No, there's no hits.
There's no hits on this record, Brian.
Yeah.
Like it's all the classic music biopic stuff.
But to go back, I love those scenes. I love when he's in the piano with the bobby pins. He like puts, and he's
we were saying, because Michael's been on our mind, this is kind of what Michael was lacking.
Yeah.
Because Thriller is a similar totemic album. And
Absolutely.
in the movie, there's nothing in Michael beyond Michael looking at a board and putting up the song titles and being like, which one should be the title of the album?
Be the title? And it's like,
Beat
what?
It? Nah. Human Nature. That's not it.
And it's this
Thriller. Bingo.
Yeah, it's this like false suspense because you know what it's gonna be. But
yeah, they do get into the
good.
nitty gritty where they're putting the bobby pins on the different chords of the piano.
Making the dogs bark and
then later after Pet Sounds comes out, it's not a success. You see, and the band's upset. Like Mike Love's like, you know what? This was good. Like we got it out of our system. Now we can go back to becoming the Beach Boys. I think Mike Love was just probably like, damn, this movie called me out. Disney should make it.
Disney should make it so that I don't get called out on me not liking Pet Sounds.
But then after Pet Sounds, they do Good Vibrations, which of course is their greatest song.
Yeah.
In terms of, I think, blending the fun pop elements with the true musicianship. Yeah. And there's like the cello piece.
And he's doing it for like 3...
It's like 30
We've been doing this for 3
takes.
hours. Like, 32 takes. Well, I think...
And Mike Love's like, come on, Brian. Come on.
They're doing it the same way. Like... And then Ryan's like, I'm working with the cellos right now, so you can lead.
Like part of it does almost feel like documentary now. Like the company, or co-op. The John Mulaney parody.
I will say there were moments that almost got, I mean, they were cheesy. They got almost too close to cheesy. Like when he's doing this stuff for Good Vibrations and he starts playing the piano, like Mike Love's coming up to him to kind of like give him some shit or something. Like he's kind of like upset with him. And then he's like, wait, you got something there. And then they're kind of working on together. There's like this tension.
See,
and then,
go ahead.
But I liked it, but it was like, but then he's like, you know, dogs can sense vibes or whatever. And Mike Love has this funny line where he's like, oh, too bad we're not dogs or whatever. You're like, what? And he's on a piano in like a sandbox. Yeah. It's like kind of, but it's cool. And then they're like making it and you're like, this is the greatest song.
That was actually, I don't think this movie was completely shitting on Mike Love.
No,
because
absolutely
there was
not.
something beautiful between the two of them. And Mike Love does have a great voice. And he is great on all the early Beach Boys stuff. If you do watch The Beach Boys, an American band, the doc from 1985, there is some hilarious stuff with Mike Love in like the 70s, like still trying to be hip and cool.
Yeah.
And he just looks fucking ridiculous.
He looks crazy.
Because he does think of himself as like a Paul McCartney level guy.
Which is his problem.
Cracks
Like
me
if he thought of himself as he was, like it would be better. I mean, will they ever stop the construction?
There has
I
been
don't
road
think
work
so.
happening in our neighborhood for the last 2 months.
And it always makes you like 5 minutes late wherever you're going because the roads are closed.
They're changing every day. It's
Yeah.
like the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
The maze.
The maze.
Shifting.
Or even like the staircases. And you're like, God damn. Like I was just about to go down that road. It was open yesterday.
It's going to end?
I feel like we can't hear it. I feel like, didn't we say like it was all right? Jesus.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just
Well,
do
okay,
it.
but the sounds of construction, the sounds. The thing I
Pet
like.
sounds.
A thing I liked.
Construction sounds. New album.
I think I liked in this movie was the depiction of Brian Wilson, especially as a musical genius. But like, you have these things where he's like, he like hears stuff. Like even when he's like, "That's my bodyguard." Like bodyguard sounds weird, and then he goes, "Bodyguard, bodyguard." Like he's always like vocal stimming. He's always like hearing things.
Yeah, and I think that definitely comes across in a cool way.
Yeah, it's subtle. It's not like too intense.
And we're also seeing the relationship develop between Melinda and Brian, and this sort of true love that they have.
Yeah.
Where he begins to trust her. And the movie depicts it, whether it's true or not, whatever. Where he kind of sees a future with her.
Yeah.
But even still, like, they get together. They, that scene on the yacht with Sloop John B, like, they jump off the boat. They
I
swim
love
to
that,
shore, which is
yeah.
great. Like, it just presents Brian Wilson as, like, this cool, almost like an Altman character or something.
Absolutely. Very, very much
Like,
so.
he just washes ashore. Like, this is my beach house. They, like, have
Yeah.
sex. They're walking around the house with the sheets. But that's when he, like, switches.
He's like, someone's knocking at the door.
He's, like, very
You have
paranoid.
to leave. You have to leave. Please, you have to leave. Like, he can ruin my life. Like, it's like, it gets very scary.
He was over-medicating Brian.
Yeah, he
in a
was not
scary way.
okay.
But you see, there's this other great scene where Cusack kind of writes her a song on the piano and just plays it. He's like that just popped
Oh,
in my head.
yeah.
Like, that's just for you. And it's like, damn, like,
Yeah.
what a lucky girl.
What a lucky girl. And she is also depicted as like this perfect partner for him.
Yeah, which maybe is
Maybe is a little, because there's like this thing where she's like, I don't want to be with him because I don't want to be another person that wants something from him. Like she's like saying all the right things.
But the story of Brian Wilson has been cooking for quite some time.
Yeah.
There was an initial kind of pitch in the 80s where William Hurt would play Brian Wilson, the tall guy from Broadcast News.
Okay. Yeah.
And Richard Dreyfuss would play Landy.
Whoa.
Which you could imagine. I feel like Landy and Giamatti, or I'm sorry, Dreyfuss and Giamatti have similar trajectories.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like little hothead guys. But then about 10 years later, it was reported that Melinda had hoped Jeff Bridges would play Brian Wilson.
Oh, interesting.
Which I think would have been perfect.
That would have been really
good. If they
good.
made it in the, early 90s,
Yeah.
mid-90s with Jeff Bridges as Brian Wilson, I think that'd be great.
What, the clip at the end of the movie where he's singing Love and Mercy,
Yeah.
what year is that from? I don't remember.
That's got to be like the 2000s.
The 2000s. I think there's something interesting about the fact that this movie is 2014,
Yep.
and he, like, you have this clip from the
Or maybe that was
he's
from around
made
the
it.
time of the movie. 2010s?
Yeah.
Maybe?
like maybe that's good that he was like, it's like, wow, he made it all the way.
He's still here.
He's still here.
But Oren Moverman did the rewrite on this script, and he wrote "I'm Not There," our favorite,
Okay, I'm glad you brought up
our
I'm Not
favorite
There.
music biopic from Todd Haynes,
The
which
best
I think
music
did
biopic.
give this some of its surreal
qualities.
elements.
Yeah.
Which I think again does kind of distinguish it from Michael or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Rocket Man's cool. Rocket Man's actually just a jukebox musical.
I've never seen Rocket Man.
Really?
I missed it.
You would love Rocket Man because it's
I
really
know.
not. It's really not. It's a biopic, but it's more of. It almost feels like a Rocket Man is like this Broadway show that uses the Elton John songs, and it's about Elton John. But it kind of crafts this arc through the songs in a more fun way, where you're like, okay, this is a movie musical.
Yeah.
Versus Michael, which is just like all the songs stitched together with these weird scenes.
Yeah.
But Rocket Man is more explicitly this imaginative musical.
I mean,
did you know that?
I did. I did not know that, but that definitely is up my alley.
Yeah. I think it kind of got lumped in with Bohemian Rhapsody because it was the same director.
Who's Elton John? I forget.
He was a British musician, kind of peaked in the 70s.
Yeah, wait. He's always saying, I'm going to go spend my life with my kids.
Farewell, yellow brick road, farewell. Taron Egerton from Kingsman.
Right.
As we mentioned, Robert Yeoman. Jesus, that sounds terrible.
Hold on. Let me see what it sounds like. Keep moving.
So a lot of the Pet Sounds stuff is kind of shot in this documentary style.
Yeah.
I picked one of my favorite songs here from the album. I'm Waiting for the Day.
I love that song.
Which...
the drums.
Well, you guys are going to hear it for yourself. But I think this is a good kind of... It encompasses what I love about Pet Sounds. They also were inspired by kind of fly-on-the-wall docs, like Sympathy for the Devil, which is the Jean-Luc Godard Rolling Stones documentary, and Let It Be, which then became Get Back.
Yeah.
Where they were kind of just... They had these roaming cameras on set as they were making Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
So let's take a listen to I'm Waiting for the Day.
I thought we were cutting I'm Waiting for the Day. But I still want to listen. Well, because we talked about it. We were going to listen to Bed Montage.
No, I cut in my room.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Here is I'm Waiting for the Day. 3, 2, 1, click. Wall of sound.
I came along when he broke your heart. That's when you needed someone to help forget about him. I gave you love with a brand new start. That's what you needed the most to set your broken heart free. I know you cried.
There's just so much going on. I don't really have the vocabulary to get into the nitty gritty.
No, absolutely not. But I have...
Long and short, it's good.
I don't have the vocabulary, but I have the heart to hear it.
It just makes you feel. This part.
So good.
How do you hear this in your head and execute on it?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's extremely dynamic. It's just...
I kind of like how the vocal is kind of a little angry, or I guess passionate.
Yeah.
And I love how he uses the Beach Boys harmonies, which were established in the early records, as almost another instrument.
Oh yeah, well, you feel that when he's
I think they actually say that in the movie. They're like, "You're just using us." Again, Mike Love being upset.
Yeah. But you guys are a great instrument. Like, don't undersell yourself.
Yeah, you're the best combination of voices.
Yeah.
You should be happy.
Come on now.
He hurt you then, but that's
not the...
I guess I'm saying you're the only one.
I'm waiting for the day when you... Here we go. One more time.
Love again.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's so gorgeous.
What's this? Brian Wilson stem. he stims like this in the movie
Yeah, absolutely.
with his tummy out.
And then I love like all like the dancers that they always have. So good.
That's I'm waiting for the day, folks. You're welcome. Speaking of music, ever heard of Atticus Ross?
Of
Anyone?
9 Inch Nails?
Of 9 Inch Nails, of making some of the greatest scores of the 21st century.
The thing-
Social Network, Challengers, of course.
Challengers.
And he's obviously 9 Inch Nails, like he's a very cynical guy. He was like, I heard they were making the Brian Wilson movie. I was like, I'll do it, but I'm not reading the script. Like, it's probably going to suck. But then he read it and he was like, actually, this one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jesus Christ. Construction. But he was saying these things where he's very selective about what he works on. But you could imagine a guy like him being influenced by Brian Wilson and really going head first into this. So if you actually listen to the Love and Mercy soundtrack, it kind of embeds the Beach Boys songs that they use in the film as well as the score that he produced, which has some of its own original stuff, but also infuses it with elements from different songs. There was an inspiration came from the Beatles Revolution 9, where you're kind of sampling and it's kind of dreamy. Apparently there's a Beatles Jay-Z mashup album called The Grey Album.
What?
Which no one told me about.
How did we not know about this?
I don't know. Maybe it's not good, but
we should give it a listen at some point.
Like samples all these songs from the White Album specifically.
Yeah.
With, I guess, some original stuff. So I really don't know. But I would be excited to listen to that. One of our buddies and longtime listener of the show, he said a few months ago, maybe it was a year ago at this point, he said Pet Sounds was overrated.
Whoa, really?
And he's a music guy.
Yeah.
And he's a score guy. And I couldn't help but just have my heart break a little for that guy.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
I'm sure he's listening right now, and I just want to say, grow a heart.
Yeah, you've upset us.
You've upset us?
You've upset us.
You need to find a soul, and we wish you the best.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, and don't show your face around here again until you've appreciated Pet Sounds.
So instead of just talking about it, we're gonna play another song here.
Yeah.
This is becoming like a radio show. It's the midnight hour here
We're
on
disc
It's
jockeys.
the midnight hour here on Shelf Warmers, and we've got a few more tracks for you. This is the bed montage from the end of the film.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
kind of, I think, one of the better, kind of the perfect culmination of the movie.
Yeah.
Where it kind of begins to blend the two, where Wilson is young Wilson, old Wilson. There's a lot of kind of dreamy cinematography. This is where you see child Brian Wilson at the piano with the metronome. His father's yelling at him. Landy's yelling at him. He's falling in love with his first wife, who's also an interesting character in this film, Marilyn.
And it's interesting the way he talks about her, too.
He's very regretful of how he behaved as a father and a husband.
He seems extremely self-aware.
Because the narrative was kind of, he lost his mind on psychedelics in the 60s.
And there's a scene of him, he does LSD and then he goes to his wife and his first wife and is telling her about it.
And he can like see the future.
Yeah, he's talking about seeing the future. And then it almost, to me, it seemed to imply that he saw the future where he was a bad husband to her.
Yeah.
And then he starts just crying and she's like trying
Dano's
to comfort
really good
him.
in that.
And he's like curling in on himself and he's basically like, I saw the future, and he's just crying about it, implying that he's crying that he was a bad husband to her.
It is just this portrait of like this tortured artist.
Yeah.
And if you care about the Beach Boys music, it's going to work for you.
Absolutely.
And it does a lot of cool, like the recreations are great.
Yeah.
Dano swimming in the pool is fun and kind of dreamy. But this bed montage at the end It evokes
so good.
2001. It's kind of the end of the movie where
It's I'm Not There.
I'm not there inspired.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Brian, I guess, having this breakthrough of, I guess, coming to terms with everything we've just witnessed in the movie.
And I think it's interesting when you say that when he talks about his past self, it's like a whole other person. This part in the movie feels like this crashing together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's extremely emotional because I think the crashing together of those people for him
And I think
is extremely emotional.
I think the track itself is actually more moving than watching it in the movie, weirdly, because the movie does do like this kind of corny 2001 stuff where
Where you're kind of like 2001.
Cusack's in bed looking at young Brian Wilson, and then it kind of reverses, and then it's like child Brian Wilson. But
And
we'll
they're
take a
all
listen
wearing-
here to Atticus Ross's kind of sampled mashup song, The Bed Montage.
This construction is like that scene where he's like, where they're eating and all like the forks and stuff, and then he like,
He's freaking out.
stop.
Should I go walk up? Excuse me, hard hat worker. We're recording a movie podcast at noon on a Wednesday. Do you mind quieting the construction a little? We're kind of busy.
Stop.
This is kind of a
This
big
is
deal for us.
really important.
So can you stop?
Do you know who Brian Wilson is?
You're Brian Wilson. Okay, 3, 2, 1, click. I'm gonna bump this.
Yeah.
If you don't watch the movie, just listen to this song, honestly. It kind of gives you the gist. And there's some cool shots that go into Brian's ear, out his ear,
Yeah.
kind of like
Well,
Blue Velvety.
They like show
If
him
anything, my
going
biggest
deaf.
critique would be imbuing it with more stuff like this.
Absolutely. And
Throughout.
making it more
More weird.
strange.
I think the I'm Not There guy actually did his pass of the script, and the director was like, it's a little bit too much.
I would have loved to see that script. Because I think if it was weirder, you'd feel more in his shoes than like an outsider watching his story.
Yeah.
You need to get back to you. Who you are.
There's a world where I can go.
The glue,
Tell my
the harmonies.
secrets in my room.
Oh. It's better just listening to it. The visuals kind of muddy it a little.
Yeah. Especially in the headphones.
This scared me. This is a horror reaction channel now.
We have to do everything in this one pod while Andrew isn't here.
Oh my god. I would actually, they show the real clip of Wilson at the end. I would have liked if they kind of blended in some archival. Real archival.
That would have been cool. Especially because Paul Dano looks so much like
pierce
him.
the veil. But they do a great job of recreating those archival elements.
It kills my soul. Hey,
Yeah. This should have been throughout.
If the whole movie was like this.
Until I Die, off of the Surf's Up album, which is a great album.
It's awesome.
these things I'll be until I die. You can't go without the past.
No. And that like really haunted Brian Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that
So check out the score from Atticus Ross. Really great.
really great, and you know, that was awesome. And I think it works so well, the weird stuff and the things that he's doing with that, because these songs are so melancholic and so sad. And I think that it's interesting that like the Beach Boys are like, oh my god, fun in the sun or whatever, but like Brian Wilson had this like,
even then
he was always had like this sadness, but then like Pet Sounds is him really getting in touch with that, and they were like, whoa, like too much. And it's like, no, like this is what it is. Like this is like a more raw form of some of those earlier stuff even.
And it's just beautifully produced. So
yeah, it's
not
awesome.
It's not overrated.
If there's anything you should do, you should listen to Pet Sounds.
True.
Like,
yeah, don't listen to the bad montage. Yeah, listen to the whole album. Do you want to hear my slate?
I would love to hear your slate.
Brian Wilson, Beach Boys slate.
A Beach Boys slate.
So I already mentioned two of these. I'm Not There. I think would be good to watch with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of yearn for maybe a better version of this movie.
Yeah. I was thinking about it the whole time.
The only difference is this movie's directed by this guy named Bill, whoever.
Yeah.
It's like his second movie.
Yeah.
I'm Not There is Todd Haynes.
Right.
So
someone who like knows what they're doing and
yeah, exactly.
Can pull off the moves, because there are things
equally passionate about Dylan.
Yeah.
But just has has the chops.
Yeah.
To really make it something awesome.
Yeah.
And that movie also does like fake documentary stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're watching a documentary, but it's like Julianne Moore as this like Joan Baez character.
Oh yeah.
This story I think would actually be good for that. But it's also different because Dylan is so many different things. And this is more true to who Brian Wilson was.
Yeah.
Where I'm Not There is more the myth of Dylan.
Also,
which is probably cooler just because Dylan's probably a better subject for that kind of thing.
For that vibe. I also think there's something to be said of like, we want it to be weirder, but then we just talked about this and we're like, maybe listening to the song is better than that weird part in the movie. So if the whole,
the point of the movie is just to go listen to the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie, actually. Second here, I have History of the Eagles from 2013, which is a doc I loved watching with my dad in the mid-2010s.
Let me tell you about my history with the history of the Eagles.
Anna's history with the history of the
Eagles.
Specifically part one.
I have not seen it.
Really?
No, because here's the thing. A lot of time I danced. I spent a lot of time dancing, and I would come home and you guys be watching something. Now, when you guys first got into, I think I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen all of it. I've definitely seen parts of it. When you guys got into the history of the Eagles, it truly felt.
It was on Showtime.
Like for it, I don't think this is true, but it felt like for 3 months, every time I came home from rehearsal, you'd be watching the history of Eagles. I was like, I don't think it's that long. And it was just like your
obsession. It's one of the best music docs because everybody in the band talks. They don't give a fuck. They say everything. It's dirty. It's ugly. It's funny. It's sad. It's sweet. Really great. And that's kind of a version where I think the doc is just better than any sort of Eagles movie.
Definitely.
Although,
wait, should we make the
what would the Eagles movie be called? History of the Eagles, the movie. And then last year I have the doc I've been mentioning, The Beach Boys, an American band, which is fully available on YouTube and definitely worth a watch for both laughing at it because of how goofy and staged some of the segments are with the band, but also how it captures and shows you some footage that is truly beautiful and real. Yeah. Which is kind of how we're going to close out today. But I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to close out with a clip
from the doc.
You know, you see the stuff with the family. And I think that that's partially what was missing from this movie.
The Wilsons.
Like cousin. The Beach Boys.
True.
It's, you know,
Which
I mean, it's a Brian Wilson
Love
movie.
and Mercy is a Brian Wilson song from the 80s.
So I guess it's not.
It's not false advertising. But
Yeah.
the beat, you know, it wasn't just one guy, which is true.
It wasn't just one guy.
But this clip
But
we're going to
one
show
guy
you
was-
is one guy.
Yeah.
And the guy. Did you have a... Before we do the clip, did you want to pose me the question?
Oh, sure. It's kind of off the dome a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Since you're filling in for Andrew.
Yeah, filling in for Andrew.
Shout out to Andrew, by the way.
Shout out to Andrew. We love you, bro.
I can't believe he didn't come up even once this whole record.
I read his text message while you were gone.
We miss him, and we hope he gets to Mexico safely.
Yeah, and has a blast.
Has a blast. With
Has
jail.
a blast with jail.
In jail. In prison. In Mexico. No!
So Sam.
Andrew. I mean. That literally felt normal. So Sam.
So Sam.
Have you listened to Shelf Warmers ever? Never mind. Ask the question.
Listened to a few choice episodes, and I've been here for some of them.
True.
So Sam, you are... I'm going to set up a situation for you.
Yep.
You are about to go meet with Jack Antonoff to talk about the script for Eddie 2.
Yes.
And they're sending a car over to take you there.
Okay. Wow.
The car pulls up.
These are more vivid than Andrew's theoreticals.
The car pulls up, and the driver is Paul Giamatti
From Mr. Saving Mr. Banks.
from Saving Mr. Banks.
Last week's app.
From Saving Mr. Banks. And he is driving you to this meeting with Jack Antonoff, and he's really sweet. And he's got this heart of gold, and he's telling you about his disabled daughter, and you just feel really touched, and you're just having such a nice time talking to him.
Okay.
You pull up, the door opens, and you are ripped violently out by Paul Giamatti from Love and Mercy.
Both Giamattis.
Oh, and while in the car, the nice Giamatti gives you a Mickey Mouse chocolate to eat. And you are eating it, and it is the greatest chocolate you've ever had. And then Paul Giamatti from Love and Mercy rips you out of the car and rips the chocolate out of your hand and says, "You're not hungry. You think you're hungry, but you're not hungry."
Oh, yeah. There's also a scene in the movie where Paul Giamatti rips the cheeseburger out of John Cusack's hand and says, "You're not hungry."
And it's really scary. He rips it out of your hand. You're not hungry. And he says, "This is what you're hungry for." And he pulls out a Blu-ray of Love and Mercy, shoves it to your chest, and pushes you into the car where there is a car DVD player for you to watch it.
Cool. But it's compatible with
It's
the Blu-ray.
compatible with it's a Blu-ray car player.
Wow. I don't even think they
Yeah.
do those. But
Well,
wow.
nice Paul Giamatti, of course, has all the things in his
Yeah.
car that you could ever want.
Yeah.
He forces you to sit down, and he says, "You either have to go to this meeting with Jack Antonoff and talk about Eddie 2, or you can watch Love and Mercy on a tiny little screen in this car."
Wow.
So it's kind of the opposite of what Andrew usually gives you a really horrible thing to pick between. But
I guess that's
so
the
what do
difference
you-
between you two.
so what do you do?
I'm taking Love and Mercy off the shelf and
Taking
I'm
it off
ripping
the
it
shelf.
in the car with nice Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think this movie's worth watching for all the reasons we said.
definitely.
And I think it does kind of stand out as an example of a good music biopic. But as we've said before on the show,
Yeah.
I like them all pretty much.
And I do
Trash.
too. I think
Trash ones are good.
I think this was a good pod for us to do because I do think Andrew would not have been into it as much as we are.
But he's Beach Boys curious, as
And
he mentioned.
We're happy to
earlier.
hear that.
Yeah.
Maybe when he's on a beach in Mexico.
Until I die.
Until I
Then they throw him in the
die.
jail.
Him in jail or in jail.
Jail goes on the plane.
Yeah,
jail comes
Jill
back.
makes it home. Yeah.
Andrew stays in prison.
Right.
What about you?
I'm taking it off the shelf. Absolutely. I Had a really fun time watching it. Love Brian Wilson. I think it's worth a watch for sure. And especially as it is one of the better musical biopics, and especially in
It's like a 3.5, I think.
Yeah, 3.5. And I think if you like the Beach Boys,
That's good.
If you like the Beach Boys, it's really good, and it's a really good time. You know, it's not. I'm not there, but worth taking off the shelf.
We're going to react to one more clip, but I wanted to plug this real quick. Next week, we will be doing, I know we said we were going to do Bad Grandpa this week. That's gone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sure Knoxville will be back at some point. Next week, we will be having another Fenkel on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We will be ringing in the 250th anniversary of our country with my father, our father. And we will be covering a little film called Lincoln, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Daniel Day-Lewis.
Maybe I'll listen to that one.
Great pod. But yeah, to play us out here, we will be reacting to maybe the most beautiful 3 minutes.
Oh.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. Wait, fuck. Sorry. 3, 2, 1, click. Good title cards in the doc as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't like modern docs where they are very cartoony and sugary, like the Disney Beach Boys one.
Yeah.
But I think when you watch the actual footage, it can be pretty revelatory. He just has it all in his head.
The glass was raised to fire, it rose the fullness of the wine, the dim last toast.
You just like watch it bleed out of him. It's awesome.
There's a lot of great clips in this doc.
Yeah. I also like the candelabra.
And they pretty much recreate this shot for shot in the movie.
Yeah.
Surfs up.
And I like this. It's kind of a sad song, but again, about the surfing. Like, I like when he returns to the tropes of the early Beach Boys stuff.
And I think...
Here we go. Best part.
Surf's Up was the first song that Brian and I
and it has this funny voiceover stuff too. Surf's Up was the first song Brian and I wrote.
And, you know, all of his stuff, it just has wonderful, like, movement. And you feel, like, the emotions of, like, ocean waves. Like,
yeah.
It is surf music.
Should we Brian Wilson walk out of here?
Absolutely.
Let me punch wide real quick.
Let me see it from you on the... Can I see you do it? Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to Brian Wilson stim out of here. Bye, guys.
Bye.